All right, real quickly, Joan, I want to just real quick. It looks like the Guthrie family.
Yes.
So there is now no communication between the ransom seekers and the Guthrie family for Nancy Guthrie.
Right.
So what are they thinking? Are they thinking just,
Also, what's not known is whether or not the Guthrie family paid that Bitcoin demand, if they paid any money.
Yeah.
And now they're getting no response after they've paid. So there's a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions about some of the language that was used by Savannah Guthrie in her appeals. Very odd language. But it seemed very scripted and almost like it was a response to the notes or the ransom notes that they were getting.
Yes.
Because when she did this most recent one yesterday, she was speaking to Americans. She wasn't speaking anymore to the kidnappers.
Right.
She was speaking to
because
Americans.
she was asking Americans if you don't even have to be in Tucson if you know anything, that kind of a thing.
Yes.
So
very, very odd. So, yeah, there's no more communication. And they are the FBI and local agents are going back to, again, Nancy Guthrie's property today.
Yeah.
And they're also going back to the sister's property again today. They say expect for there to be police out there.
The sister with the husband?
With the Italian husband, yes.
The Italian, because there are some people online that were saying, well, he's a suspect. I don't know if he is or not.
He's not been named as a suspect.
He has not been named officially as a suspect. No. Okay. See, that's the
There's
thing.
There's not even a person of interest.
That's the thing with people online is they try to make the case, and I wouldn't call them conspiracy theories. I would just call them theories where people are saying, look at this guy, look at this guy, look at this person, look at this person. So
yeah.
What do you think? I've got a bad feeling about this.
I do too. Yeah. I have a bad feeling about the family.
Yeah. All right. 810, Nashville's Morning News. Super Talk 99.7. All right. So real quick, let's talk about Howard Lutnick, Donald Trump's Commerce Secretary, and Ro Khan and Thomas Massie. Of course, they are working really hard to get the Epstein files released. 3 million documents that were released a couple of days ago. They're upset because of the redacted documents. There was a lot of them that were released. And of course, if you remember the Congress and the Trump administration, President Trump signing the legislation saying that, no, there are not to be any redactions. There's still a lot of redactions in the 3 million pages that were released. And so Ro Khanna and also Thomas Massie, they're frustrated because there are 6 men who have been, their names and their photographs have been redacted. So the big headline out of the big release from last couple of days, and I played audio earlier in the program from the 2 congressmen, and they're saying, listen, we said no redactions, and there are still redactions in this thing. They were asked specifically about Howard Lutnick.
What we're after is the men who Jeffrey Epstein trafficked women to. We want those names published. We're not out to embarrass people. And the problem is we went in there hoping to see that in 302 forms. What we found out is those 302 forms were redacted before they got to the DOJ. So, but our legislation directs the FBI, which is the agency that produced those 302 forms, to also produce these documents.
Right. So you've got the FBI, you've got the grand jury documents as well. And basically what they're saying is, listen, the DOJ received these documents already redacted by the FBI. So, you've got to look at Dan Bongino, who has left the FBI now. You've got to look at Kash Patel, who is running the FBI now. Both of those guys, along with Pam Bondi, they were saying for a long time, talking about, the Epstein documents and the Epstein files and so forth. And so now it's time for Kash Patel. Pressure is on him to release the unredacted documents. According to these 2, the documents were redacted when they went to the Department of Justice. Now, Howard Lutnick. This is what they said about Howard Lutnick, Donald Trump's Commerce Secretary.
I believe that Lutnick, at the very least, needs to be brought before Congress. I think, based on the evidence, he should be out of the cabinet. But, you know, I mean, people say, oh, you're just a Democrat saying that. No, I mean, look at what he is, how much influence he had with Epstein, and he wasn't transparent about it. But again, it's not about Lutnick, and it's not about any particular person.
So the files show that Lutnick did remain in contact with Jeffrey Epstein long after 2005, which is when all of this came to light. So this has been Lutnick's story. Joan, real quick, is there anything going on in traffic?
Yeah, there's a problem on 40 this morning. Eastbound lanes in Hillwood past Charlotte Pike. There's a crash. 2 left lanes are blocked off. It's causing delays as well in Bellevue on the 40 eastbound off-ramp to southbound Bellevue. That's about it.
All right. Thank you, Joan. So this is kind of a longer soundbite. So this has been Lutnick's story since walking into Epstein's home years ago and finding a massage table in the middle of the room.
Massage table in the middle of your house? How often you have a massage? And he says, every day. And then he gets weirdly close to me. Ooh. And he says, and the right kind of massage. Ooh. Now my wife is standing here. So she looks at me and I look at her and we say, I'm sorry, we have to go. And we left. And in the 6 or 8 steps it takes to get from his house to my house, my wife and I decided that I will never be in the room with that disgusting person ever again.
I mean, great story, Joan.
Except that it's a story.
Except that it's a story and it's not true. Emails now show that Howard Lutnick retained and remained friends, retained a relationship, and maintained contact with Jeffrey Epstein long after the time we found out that Jeffrey Epstein was trafficking kids, their respective, people planning social gatherings and trips and the whole thing. And so now there are calls for Lutnick to be fired or to resign. Both Massey and Ro Khanna didn't say anything about Donald Trump, but there's a lot of people talking about Howard Lutnick. And again, and we talked about this with Matthew Hurt, nobody's accusing Lutnick of doing anything untoward, but his credibility is damaged. I mean, he lied. I mean, clearly he lied if you believe the documents that have been released. So now my question is this, Daily Dan poll. Should Howard Lutnick be either, how this goes, should he resign, i.e. being forced to resign, or should he be fired? Daily Dan poll, YouTube, go take the Daily Dan poll because I think that there is a legitimate discussion. Here's the other thing. Was he honest with Donald Trump? Was he honest with Donald Trump when, because this is, I'm sure, has come up. And so was Howard Lutnick honest with Donald Trump about keeping a relationship with Jeffrey Epstein long after 2005? 2005 is like what do they call it? The demarcation, where, 2005 is when all of this came out and came to light. And if you were somebody who knew Jeffrey Epstein and you didn't know about all of this, okay, so now you did know, did you maintain a relationship with the guy who was accused of doing all of these horrific things? So that is a big part of the conversation. Now, real quickly, because I said I was going to get through this, Kid Rock. We were talking about earlier, I think this was yesterday, as a matter of fact, where Kid Rock and the part of his show where he was accused of lip syncing, right? And so here's exactly what happened with Kid Rock and the whole accusation of lip syncing. He says that it was all problem with Turning Point USA and not lip syncing per se, but just matching the track up with what he was doing live. Listen.
Yeah, so it was out of sync. And actually, just to have some fun with the haters, I can't answer all the trolls, but it's going to be some fun. My DJ, who actually raps that song with me, he was not lit up. He's coming to Nashville tonight, flying in, and we're going to do that live in my living room, and I'm going to post it tomorrow to show people exactly how this works. Because, number one, if it would have been a lip syncing like people are trying to, the left is trying to throw me under the bus again, and the mainstream media and social media tries to amplify it, it would have been super easy to sync it up if it was pre-recorded. It was very difficult for the Turning Point production crew, who, by the way, I can't say enough good things about, but this was very difficult for them. I'm jumping around the stage like a rabid monkey, rapping my song, and I'm taking breaths, and my DJ's filling in the other parts of it, and it was I even told him when I saw the rough cut, I was like, you guys got to work on that sync. It's off. So it was just a syncing issue that they had, and I know they tried to get it right. It was very difficult, but I'll answer all the haters tomorrow, and we'll put them back in the shut up and go back to trying to report the fake news.
So that is Kid Rock. And it sounds like he explains it well. That makes sense to you, Joan?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
All right, good. A lot of people, by the way, including people on the left, actually agreeing with Donald Trump on the halftime show. Remember, Trump came out and just blasted Bad Bunny. And one Stephen A. Smith, of course, who at times, not all the time, but at times, is a voice of reason among the left.
If most people don't understand the lyrics because you're speaking it in what they deem to be a foreign language, that is a legitimate point that the president made. That doesn't mean they had a problem with it. I'm just saying his statement that most people didn't understand anything he was saying. There's millions upon millions of Americans that would have wanted to hear something in English other than Lady Gaga.
Very true. Very true. Also, and we talked about this way back in the 5 o'clock hour.
There's a man who died for all our sins, hanging from the cross. You can give your life to Jesus, and He'll give you a second chance till you can't.
Kid Rock's version with the extra verse has reached #1 on iTunes.
Take it while you got a chance.
I was singing this all day yesterday, Joan.
I love it.
All day long. I listened to it over and over again.
If you're gonna love somebody, hold them as long and as strong and as close as you can. Take care.
So very emotional, and again, Kid Rock, of course, adding that extra verse. He was actually asked on Laura Ingraham about Bad Bunny and about the fallout of his singing in all English, in all Spanish, and so forth. This is what he said. I thought it was interesting, actually. Kid Rock, believe it or not, and I believe it, Kid Rock actually taking the high road. Listen to this. Kid Rock and Laura Ingraham.
Like most people, I didn't understand any of it. I saw there's a lot of dancers and a lot of big to-do stuff. And, he said he wanted to have a dance party. It looked like he had one. Not my cup of tea, but I don't fault that kid for, doing the Super Bowl, getting in front of a global audience. I fault the NFL for putting him in that position, and Turning Point for having to come out and have an alternative for people to watch. It's just poor kid.
So, I don't know if I agree with Kid Rock on, Bad Bunny is a poor kid. He's laughing all the way to the bank or crying all the way to the bank. And I'm assuming, and we were talking earlier about the fact that there's some people that are saying that his Super Bowl performance was the most watched ever. It depends on how they measure this stuff. It's like you look at Prince and Michael Jackson, and if their Super Bowl performance was done today, how they would fare. Because I think clearly if you look at what Bad Bunny did and you compare that just from an artistic standpoint to what Prince did and what Michael Jackson did, Bad Bunny, in my opinion, doesn't even compare to Prince or Michael Jackson. So, but whatever. Listen, to each his own. I think there's a lot of people that were obviously put off by the fact that what he was doing was in Spanish. Go ahead, Sam. I see your mic is on.
I have the numbers. So the preliminary estimates are 135.4 million viewers for Bad Bunny. He didn't blow anybody out of the water. Kendrick Lamar in 2025 had 133.5 million viewers. And then it goes all the way down to Michael Jackson in 93 with 133.4 million viewers, and he did not have the luxury of the internet.
Yep, that's the thing. That's the thing. So before, people start saying, oh, look, Bad Bunny had all of these, viewers or whatever it is, whatever. I think the fact that, and I did a much longer segment on this in the 5 o'clock hour. You should stream or go back and listen to the 5 o'clock hour when you can. But I think that for people to, praise Bad Bunny for, what he did. Listen, he did what they paid him to do. Bottom line. I didn't like it because I didn't know what the hell he was saying. And a lot of people. But here's the deal. The template has now been set for a Turning Point USA or any other organization to do their own Super Bowl party or their own halftime show. And so I love that template has been set. As I said yesterday, I really do actually hope that we do see Turning Point USA do this every single year. And I think, didn't they come out and they said that they are going to do this next year as well? I think they came out and said that.
Not sure. I am sure, though, that he didn't get paid to do this. This was all for free.
Kid Rock?
No, Bad Bunny.
He didn't get paid to do that?
Performers don't get, it's the album sales after the fact is what you're working for. Oh, it's huge.
It's a huge opportunity for them. So, all right. And I will go ahead and interrupt our off-air conversation to include you.
We might as well.
In the conversation. You know what we should have done?
What's that?
We should have had a WTN night at the movies. And we could have all gone to see Melania.
We could have.
That's a great idea.
Well, Virginia went last night.
Yep.
And she said it was amazing.
It was amazing.
You liked it too?
Yeah, I did.
When did you see it?
Saturday.
Okay. You didn't think to invite Virginia, just the lady that you go to church with.
It was date night. Hey, date night.
Okay.
Listen.
So it was the movie and a steakhouse meal, let me tell you.
Listen, no spoilers. Don't tell people who won the election.
Okay.
And Melania wears heels. I just got to tell you that.
Well, yeah. She, how tall is Melania?
She's tall.
Is she a tall? Oh, she's a. You have to be tall to be a model, correct? Like there's no short models.
I don't know.
She's 5'11".
How tall is Kamala Harris's stepdaughter? She's not very tall.
I have not.
Is she a model?
Everybody said so.
Well, let's be honest. There are models, and then there's like people who are on social media who like say they're models, but they're really not. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But okay, you were telling me off the air how it ended with that whole thing.
So that there was a couple points that Virginia thought was very, very cool.
Yeah.
And Joan, jump in because I haven't seen it. But she said it was very cool when they were designing and picking out the rooms again. And like how Barron liked his room last time, but he kind of wants it tweaked a little bit because he needs a bigger bed. And then they also talked about, I didn't know this, Melania's parents lived at the White House with them.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So first term was, they were both there, but second term, Melania's mom has passed away. So as she's picking out that room, she's like, it was a little bit tough for her to do that.
Yeah.
She talked a lot about her mom and how her mom shaped her life and how her mom shapes how she works and the way she cares for her own child. I mean, her mom was everything to her.
And then the other thing Virginia told me, which I haven't seen it yet, and I kind of want to now. I didn't want to before, but she was like raving over it. She said that they actually don't talk a lot of trash about the left. They don't go after them at all. She said the only thing that they even said about Biden was when they said, okay, and then you're going to take the 5-minute ride with President Biden to the inauguration. Trump went, ooh, that's going to be awkward.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But in their interactions, during the inauguration seemed to be genuinely kind to each other. You would think it would be
it's helpful in a marriage.
Sure.
Not all marriages are like that.
No. I don't mean Melania and Donald Trump. Oh. Donald Trump and Joe Biden they seemed to be very genuinely kind to one another. Same thing for Melania and Jill Biden.
You're not going to be rude to an old man with Alzheimer's.
That's true.
He's not gonna remember it anyway. But the other thing that I thought was interesting that V told me was that Melania helped write his speech. And if you go back and watch that inauguration speech, she apparently, as they're writing it, she goes, "You need to tell everyone, Donald, that I gave you that line. Everyone's going to love that line, Donald."
Oh, that's funny.
And there's a point during the speech where he turns and he points at Melania. And it was the line that she wrote.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was right after he hit the line that she wrote.
I've got to go see this. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by this, but apparently Hershey's earnings has fallen amid the high price of cocoa. That's chocolate?
Yes.
Cocoa is chocolate. Oh, cocoa beans? How do they make chocolate? I don't even know.
Cocoa beans.
Whatever.
I love how you get mad at Joan for that. Whatever. I ask a question, you give me an answer. Shut up.
You're coming across worried that your chocolate supply is going to be affected. And
Listen,
you're trying to dissect why.
Joan, are you a dark chocolate or milk chocolate kind of guy?
Dark.
You're
Totally
dark. That a girl. All right, she's dark chocolate. What about you? I know Sam is busy doing his taxes this morning while he's supposed to be. I'm
trying.
Is that what he's doing?
I asked Sam. I said something to Sam in the break, and no answer.
Is it because you did the whole TurboTax bit? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, maybe. And then I
might have to. H&R Block's kind of sucking eggs right now.
And then I said something else to Sam, and still silence. And I said, "Are you mad at me? What? We're in a relationship. Are you mad at me? What did I do?"
Silence of the Sam.
And he says, "Shut up. I'm trying to do my taxes." Silence of the Sam. That's good. So then Sam says, "Shut up. I'm trying to do my taxes." Right. So
that's how invigorating the show's been.
So then. After that commercial ends, silence, because he's not paying attention.
Dead air,
and then he blames the board. Oh, the board messed up again. Sure, Sam. Sure, you're just trying to figure out, did I forget to carry the one?
Likely story.
Anyway, whatever.
While I make a response to traffic on your behalf, sure. Let's.
What is dark chocolate? I know you're busy. Dark chocolate, milk chocolate,
peanut butter chocolate.
All right. What about you, Chris?
Oh, that was creepy.
I don't know. I'm not like a huge chocolate guy, but I do like a Lindt chocolate occasionally, any flavor.
Lindt chocolate?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm a dark chocolate kind of guy.
Okay.
I'm a dark chocolate kind of guy.
You explained your comments on Jasmine
Hershey theme park in Hershey.
Hold on. What did you say, Sam?
Explained your comments surrounding Jasmine Crockett.
He said something racist. You shouldn't have asked him.
You're a dark chocolate kind of guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you can stop it.
I'm not the one that called her thick on the air.
You called her thick? With 2 double C's?
Me and Mason had to explain. Mason and I had to explain that to him. That colloquialism.
Yeah, we should probably move on. Anyway, what were you saying about? We were going to talk about our favorite movies.
Oh,
what is our favorite all-time movies? And I gave everybody an assignment. So Joan, real quick, because I've got stuff I got to do. Real quick, what is
Silence of the Lambs? No, I'm kidding.
All-time favorite movies?
We watch Moneyball a lot in our house.
Okay, Moneyball.
All
right, Sam, I know you're busy. If you want to participate, feel free.
All-time favorite movie.
You guys had 3.5 hours.
I can't believe I've had 10 seconds and I'm ready to go.
3.5 hours.
Come back. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
They Live with Rowdy Roddy Piper. It is the best movie of all time that nobody has ever seen.
I've seen it.
You got to put on the magic glasses to see what's going on, and it is unbelievably good.
They Live with
What's
Roddy.
It about?
So it's
Piper?
about it's about an alien takeover. But nobody can see it. Nobody can see it until you put on the magic glasses, and then it exposes everything. But it's really dude. The way it describes our current state of the country is really like the best part, because he puts the glasses on, he looks at money, and it says, "This is your God." He puts the glasses on, he looked at a billboard that says "Travel to the islands," and it says, "Get married and have kids." And he looks at the magazines, and they all say "consume." It's fantastic, and he has a black friend in the movie, and he has to fight him to get him to put on the glasses.
Really?
And it is one of the best movies that you've ever seen. You've never seen.
Okay, what is it again?
They Live.
1983?
Yes. It is. It is unbelievably good.
All right, I got to go with, got to make it cheesy, 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, that's a great movie.
The hell are you
it's a rom-com.
I knew you'd love it.
Both you guys.
I could sense that as soon as it's my wife's favorite movie.
I'm a rom-com guy. I cry at rom-coms. Everybody knows that.
So speaking of that, my wife is at the movie theater last night, and she's like, "What the hell is going on with the movies right now?" She's like, "It's all horror movies." And it's supposed to it's supposed to be Valentine's Day. Like, what do we do?
Well, where are the
rom-coms?
For some men, Valentine's Day is a horror movie.
This is kind of a slow period at the movie theaters right now. So they kind of put those things that wouldn't make it otherwise until October.
Movies suck.
Here's what I don't.
They've fallen off.
Do you know what's a really good movie?
It's like music. Yeah.
Air. The story of Nike.
Oh, Air Jordan.
Convincing Michael Jordan to come, partner with them. Did I say this yesterday?
You've said it before. I haven't seen it.
I wouldn't have said it. I would have said it yesterday because I just saw it this weekend. And
you've talked about it before, though.
Have I? It may have been off the air though, because whatever. See, that's how natural we are with our conversations. Was it on the air or off the air?
We don't know.
We truly don't know. Anyway,
if you like those kind of movies, The Founder with Michael Keaton about McDonald's, also fantastic.
Also great movie. All right, real quick. Oh, my favorite all-time movie, Star Wars.
Oh.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Which
one?
You got to name a specific singular film. I didn't go with a whole franchise.
I'm sure you like the more progressively woke ones, right?
I like A New Hope.
Okay, Dan.
You give me a little hope.
That felt like a T-ball swing.
I know. Dan's just like, I'm going to name the best movie that everybody in the audience is going to agree with. It's Star Wars.
No, because there's a lot of those weird Star Trek people in the audience.
Oh, have you seen Star Trek and like how the new episodes are getting all woke? They're putting Klingons in dresses and stuff.
No, they are not.
Yes, they are.
Are you kidding me?
Google it. The Klingons are wearing skirts and they're not Scottish. Dan.
They're not Scots, are they?
Everybody knows
They're not from the planet of Scotland?
No, they're not.
Okay.
They don't have bagpipes. They didn't give them bagpipes as well.
They're called kilts, and they're manly.
My brother-in-law is Scottish, and I lobbied for kilts at his wedding. I said, you're not going to have an opportunity to do this again. And my sister shut it down.
When was the wedding? Like, was this a summer?
A couple years ago,
No,
yeah.
like summer, fall.
It was a summer wedding.
You ever wear a
That
kilt?
would be, the breeze. Ideal in that situation.
That's what I'm saying. Especially in Alabama.
They call me the breeze. Leonard Skinner.
Do you ever wear a kilt?
No, but I thought it would have been fun.
Have you, Dan?
Hey, you heard what Megyn Kelly said?
Have you worn a kilt? Have you worn a kilt?
No, I have not. I have not. Have you seen my knees? They're really knobby.
No. But
touch my knobs.
He had me make another one today.
I mean, at least make it hard.
Oh, jeez. Dan, what are you doing to yourself?
Okay, so that was... You'll notice Joan is like running away from this.
I went home yesterday. My husband said, a lot of penis talk today.
It was an Olympic story, Joan.
Yeah.
It's a scandal. And let the record show, when I brought the story up, who was the most excited about us talking about this story? It was Joan Jones, and you can review the tape.
She was very excited.
You can review the tape.
She was like, ooh.
Ooh, I've heard about this.
That was exactly what you did, Joan.
I was relating the frozen penis story.
There was a gleeful squeal.
Oh. It was not a gleeful squeal.
I had forgotten that story we talked about yesterday.
Yep.
For the record, play that one more time, that little clip. One more, at least make it hard. So just for the record, I was talking about cheating in
politics?
voting.
Yes.
Okay. I think we should make it harder to vote. Tired of these smooth brains ruining elections.
Smooth brains?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so funny. All right, real quick, smooth brains. I need some audio. If you could turn up my volume as you're doing your taxes. This is my my audio.
Sam's going to get audited. It's because he chose to do it during the 8:35
That's exactly right,
break.
man. This was Megyn Kelly and Piers Morgan, and I love that she basically obliterates him for saying, there is no official language in the United States, talking about, of course, the whole Bad Bunny and Spanish Super Bowl thing.
I'm sorry, Piers, but...
Hold on. Go ahead.
Donald Trump signed an executive order in March making English the official language of the United States.
Yeah. Sorry. Of course, one of the many things that, Congress has not actually made into law. Here we go.
I'm sorry, Piers, but to get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million? Spanish speakers in the United States. We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish. This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for the Latinos, not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a black national anthem. We don't need a Spanish-speaking, non-English performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater featured as our primetime entertainment.
I mean, she was really mad.
Yeah.
And I like that we can't do video right now, but when she did the whole Latina thing, she did the whole.
Did. She almost went finger snapping in the air.
Yes. And here's a little bit more.
Okay. What is the national language, officially, the national language of the United States of America?
I mean, English. And there's been a push for many years to make it an official.
You don't have one.
Documented thing.
You don't have one.
If you would have let me finish my comment, I would have pointed that out. But people have been pushing to make it official.
Yeah. By the way, your country's being overrun.
Yeah.
Well, here's that soundbite.
Okay,
right,
so you're trying to make official.
This attitude that you have right here is why you in Great Britain have lost your culture. You ceded your culture to a bunch of radical Muslims who came in and took over, and now it's gone. We're not allowing that here. Whether it's Hispanic, whether it's Muslim, it's not happening in the United States of America. That's why President Trump was elected. And whether it's Bad Bunny, who is American but refuses to speak English in his performances, or anybody else, we have to keep the Super Bowl, which is a quintessential American event. Football, that kind of football, is ours. They call it American football. And the halftime show and everything around it needs to stay quintessentially American. Not Spanish, not Muslim, not anything other than good old-fashioned American apple pie. There should be a meatloaf, maybe some fried chicken, and an English-speaking performer. That's what the Super Bowl should be.
There you go.
You know, to be fair, with the influx of flamboyantly gay male cheerleaders, if we were going to have any Muslim influence, I would accept it on the sidelines over there.
There is that.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, did you see this story? Really interesting. Caffeinated coffee and tea may reduce dementia risk. Isn't that crazy, Steve and Jane?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. You need some more, Dan.
Apparently, I need to drink even more coffee than I already do.
They need to make a throat coat with caffeine.
Yes.
That's what they need.
Yeah, they do, actually. That would really be appreciated if they would. All right, very good. It is 8:54. Joan's got the news coming up at 9. Joan?
Yeah, coming up here, NES is about to go under the microscope. We've got the details coming up at 9 o'clock on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Thank you. Chris, real quick, what's coming up?
We'll talk about the latest the Epstein Files news. We'll talk about Massey and Kana and Lauren Boebert. Plus, we'll dive into the SAVE Act and more.
All right, and coming up right before the news at the top of the hour, we'll find out how Sam did on his taxes. Dan Mandis here for the... Sam does not find this funny at all.
I think it's hilarious.
I'm getting audited.
How much do you owe?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, if you owe too much, you could save some big money at the Glock store.